What is going on, guys? I am Granddaddy Gamer, and this is 7 Days to Die Experimental Alpha 19. So I originally released this video, but the skills section was all too confusing, guys. And actually, a viewer, Branch Courser, if you're watching, I absolutely appreciate the feedback. Thank you so much. So I redid it. I took it down, redid it, and I hope you enjoyed the Bloody Ninja. Or the blood letter. I can't decide. Let me know what you guys think down below. Anyways, let's just get into the video. All right, guys, so we're going to start on the skills section first, and we're going to go in a priority list. So as you level up, you get a skill point, and I'm going to go over what skill points you should go in priority list as you get those skill points available. So level 1, you get a skill point, level 2, you get a skill point, and so on and so forth. Disclaimer, my priority might not match with your priority, so just make sure if you're moving a skill around on the priority list that you go ahead and take the one that you're removing and move it down or up or however you see. That way you still get access to those particular skills. Also, a build is a guide, okay? This is built around my play style. You may have to alter it slightly to fit your own. That is absolutely fine, and actually I expect that from every build to be different, even in the slightest, among everybody who uses this build. All right, so let's start up. So first of all, the tutorial is an 8-step process, after which you receive 4 skills. So we're going to start in perception, and we're going to go with Javelin Master. Now this is going to allow you to make quality 2 spears, and you're going to do an increased 10% more damage. The next one we're going to go to is in strength, and we're going to go to Sexual Tyrannosaurus. Your melee and tool stamina will be reduced by 8%, and your power attacks will be reduced by 15% stamina. This is really, really good. And we're using the spear first because you're going to have a club right off the bat, and your spear is going to help you keep them away. So the next one we're going to go into is Minor 69er. And this is going to allow you to make quality 2 tools. You're going to do 30% more block damage with an axe, a pick, an auger, or a chainsaw, or your stone axe right down here. The next one we're going to go into is Master Chef right here. And that's going to allow you to make tea, coffee, bacon and eggs, boil and grill meat, make cornbread, things of that nature. It's a good skill to start with, and that is your first 4 from the tutorial. So now when you level up again, we're going to go stay into strength, and we're going to go into mother load. And this is going to allow you to harvest 20% more. So the next point you're going to get is going to be in agility, and we're going to go for deep cuts. And it's going to apply 3 bleeds, and your power attack will deal 2 bleeds. When the zombie has a bleed on them, with 1 point here, you're going to make them move 10% slower. So for the next 2 levels, the next 2 points you guys receive, we're just going to go straight into strength, and we're going to put 2 points into strength. When you level again after that, we're going to go another point into Sexual Tyrannosaurus. Your melee and tool stam is going to be reduced by 15%, and your power attack will be reduced by 30%. So 30% less stamina use for your power attack. So as I said, we're up here using deep cuts. This is going to work so well with the deep cuts and how the build works. Your next point you're going to get is going to be in strength, and we're going to go Master Chef right here. It's going to allow you to make meat stews, vegetable stews, blueberry pies, pumpkin dishes, potatoes, steak and potatoes, and all kinds of good stuff. Okay guys, so for the next point after you level up, you're going to come here to Minor 69er, and this is going to allow you to make quality 3 tools. It's going to increase the block damage that you do by 60%. Very, very nice, especially early game when you need all the resources you can get. When you level up again, we're going to go into mother load, and it's going to allow you to harvest 40% more from ore, stone, terrain blocks, and trees with an axe, a pickaxe, a chainsaw, auger. Really, really nice. Okay, so for the next point that you guys are going to select, we're going to come into intellect, and we're just going to go 1 point straight into intellect. When you guys level up again, we're going to go into advanced engineering, and we're going to select a point here. This is going to allow you to craft a forge. It's going to be really important at this level because you're going to want to start to get forged iron and things of that nature. The next point I want you guys to get is grease monkey. That's going to allow you to make a bicycle. So the next 2 points that we get, we're going to put into agility, 1 and 2. And when you level up again, we're going to put a point into light armor. This is going to allow you to craft quality 2 light armor. Your movement penalty will be reduced by 15%, and your stamina penalty will be reduced by 10%. Not bad. So the next time you level up, we're going to come back over here to strength, and we're going to go into minor 69er. Okay, and that's going to allow you to craft quality 4 tools, increase block damage by 90%. So you're really going to be able to start gathering resources pretty good. And to complement that, of course, we're going to go with mother load, and this is going to allow you to harvest 60% more. At this point, you're thinking about bases and things of that nature and horde bases, and you're going to need all these resources. So the next point that we're going to get is deep cuts right here. Now, this is going to apply up to 4 bleeds, and your power attack will deal 3 bleeds. The next point that we're going to get is going to be in perception, and we're going to get demolition expert right here. This is going to allow us to craft pipe bombs. This is going to come in all crystal clear later on. It's going to allow you, it's going to help at a horde night. So the next 2 points that you guys get, you're going to want to put them directly into strength. And the next point after that, we're going to get our 3rd point into sexual Tyrannosaurus. That is going to reduce your melee and tool stamina usage by 20% and your power attacks by 40%. Your killing blows will grant you 20 stamina. This is really nice. Please note that it's going to be level 7 to get the top one. Now, the next 2 that we're going to get is we're going to put them directly into perception. Okay? And the point after that, we're going to go into Javelin Master. This is going to allow you to craft quality 3 spears, and you're going to inflict 20% more damage and have 20% more range when you throw it. The next point that we're going to go to is Fortitude right here, and we're going to select Pain Tolerance. 1 point there. That's going to give you a 20% less chance to get stunned. The next 2 points that we put in will be in Intelligence. That'll give us a total of 4 in intelligence. And after that, when you level up, you want to go ahead and grab advanced engineering. That's going to allow you to craft a workbench and a cement mixer. So when you level up again, you want to take physician. Now, this is pretty cool. So let me read this to you guys. Gain 40% more XP using bandages, first aid bandages, first aid kits, and splints. That's right. Gain 40% extra XP for the time limit that it's down below on the bottom left. So, and also you're going to be able to craft a chemistry station, first aid bandages, and plaster casts. This is really important. At least 1 point into here. Later on, if you guys want to sink more in, that is completely up to you. Okay guys, the next point is still in intelligence, and we're going to sink 1 more into Grease Monkey, and this is going to allow you to craft a mini bike. Really nice. Okay, so for the next 2 points that you get, we're going to put them directly into agility, just like this. And we're going to want to grab Flurry of Blows. This is going to give your knife attack speed increase by 10%. For the next 2 levels that you get, we're going to take 2 points in archery. So for 1 level, you're going to take archery. The second, you're going to take another archery. And this is going to allow you to craft quality 2 bows with the first one and quality 3 bows with the third one. And you're going to be able to deal 20% more damage. The next point that you receive, we're going to go into Hidden Strike. And this is going to allow you to do 50% more damage from sneak attacks. This is going to work great with your archery from a distance. Now, for the next point you guys get, we're going to come over to Perception and we're going to take Salvage Operations. This is going to unlock wrench crafting. The next 2 points we take will be 2 points in Perception. And then we're going to take a point in Javelin Master. This is going to allow you to craft quality 4 spears, and you're going to inflict 30% more damage, and you will have 30% more range if you decide to throw it. Okay, so the next point you get, we're going to go over to agility. We're going to go into deep cuts, and we're going to throw a point into deep cuts. That's going to apply up to 5 bleeds, and your power attack will hit for 4 bleeds. When the enemy has a bleed tick on him, he will run 15% slower. Very, very nice. In conjunction with your spear to keep him back, this or them back, multiple zombies. This is really, really nice. So we're going to go ahead and grab for your next point, archery. We're going to bring that up. That's going to allow you to craft quality 4 blows, and you're going to have a 30% increased damage with your bow. In conjunction with Hidden Strike, that allows you to do 50% extra damage. Very, very nice. The next point you get, we're going to want to go into Flurry of Blows. This is going to increase your one-handed attack speed by 17%. When you get another point after you level, we're going to go into Light Armor. This is going to allow you to craft quality 3 armor, and it's going to reduce your armor movements penalty by 30%. It's going to reduce your stamina penalty by 20%. Very nice and very useful. Anytime I don't have to spend so much stamina on doing what I'm normally doing for my build is absolutely a-okay in my book. So the next time you level, guys, we're going to go from the shadows, and we're going to put a point right into here. This is going to increase your sneak speed by 10%, and it's going to muffle all the actions that you do while you're sneaking by 10%. Very nice. The next point that you level, we're going to put it back in right here into Hidden Strike. And this is going to allow you to do increased sneak attack damage by 100%. So the next 2 levels, the next 2 points, we're staying in agility and we're putting them in agility. So that gives us agility level 7. Now we're going to go into archery and we're going to sink a point into archery. And that's going to allow us to craft the quality 5 bow, because we can't craft a quality 6 bow, you have to loot it. So at this point, you're good, and it increases your damage by 40%. Very nice. We're going to go again the next time you level, and we're going to do the same thing with deep cuts. And that is going to allow us to craft quality 5 knives, bone shivs, whatever. It's going to inflict 6 bleeds. Your power attack will automatically apply 4 bleeds, and they still have a 15% movement penalty against them while they have a bleed on them. Your next 2 levels, your next 2 points will be going into Perception. So now we have Perception 7 of 10. For the next 2 levels after, that is 2 skill points, we're going to be putting them both in the Penetrator. 1, 2. So for the first one, it's going to ignore 15% of armor with archery and spears, as well as firearms, but we're using archery and spears for this build. The second one is going to ignore 25% of armor with archery and spears. Very, very nice, especially as you start to get up there in levels. The next point when you level, we're going to come back to Javelin Master. We're going to put a point in Javelin Master. This is going to allow us to craft the highest level spear that we can craft at a level 5, and it's going to increase your spear damage to 40% increased damage. Very nice. So the next 2 levels that you get, we're going to be staying in perception, and we're going to go for the infiltrator right here. 1, 2. The first one, traps will trigger a ½ second slower. For the second one, traps will trigger 1 second slower, and you will receive 35% less damage from landmines. That is really nice. The next level that we get is going to be back in the penetrator, like so. And that's going to ignore 35% of your armor and with archery and spears. Now, to note, to get here to the top tier, the only difference is the block damage. So for me, I don't feel like this is worth it. This is 6 perception to get the 3rd tier of the penetrator, and to get the 4th tier it is 8. And honestly guys, I don't feel like this is worth it at all, so I don't go any farther than 3. Okay, you can later on afterwards if you have points and you want to, but I don't feel like 250 hit points to a block is worth 2 skill points at all, and I have no plans to ever sink beyond 3. For the next level that you get, we're going to top off the infiltrator. For a specific reason, your traps will trigger 2 seconds later. That includes landmines, and with the 3rd perk and fully maxed out infiltrator, you're going to be able to pick up landmines. That is pretty good because you'll be able to use them in your horde base later, right? Now, the next 2 levels that we get, we're going to want to come over to agility, and we're going to take 2 points into light armor. This is going to max it out and allow us to craft quality 5 armor, the top tier that we can craft. Your movement penalty will be reduced by 75%, and your stamina penalty will be reduced by 50% once you have it maxed. This is really, really nice for our build. So the next point, we're going to stay in agility, and we're going to go into flurry of blows. We're going to select that, and that's going to increase your one-handed melee attack speed by 25%, which goes with deep cuts. As we want to apply that bleed, we want to slow them down, and we want to do it as fast as possible. Okay, so for the next 2 points, we're going to go back into intelligence, and we're going to sink 2 points into that. That's going to allow us to come over here to Grease Monkey with the next level and the next skill point that we get, and select Motorcycle Maniac. Now you can craft a motorcycle. Very, very cool. Okay guys, from here, you're really just topping each skill off. So you'll need the last 3 points in agility. So for the next 3 levels, just sink them directly into agility, and that's going to allow you to do the last tier of deep cuts. I say do that one first. That's going to allow you to inflict 5 bleeds onto your enemy, and when they're wounded, the enemies will now run 20% slower. That is amazing. Archery, top your archery off. The next level, your bow or your crossbow now deals 50% more damage. Hidden strike, you want to top this off all the way. When you get all the way down here, it's going to allow you to do 250% more sneak attack damage. Now if you put that with archery as well as from the shadows, allowing you to sneak quieter, because if you top this one off, from the shadows will muffle 50% more of your actions and allow you to sneak 50% faster. Hidden Strike is going to allow you to deal 250% more damage, and your bow is going to deal 50% more damage. All this together, it all works together, and then as well as some of the pieces of gear, the mods that we selected for that gear will work with this whole setup as well. It's all crafted specifically for that. From here, guys, I leave you on your own as you level. Please sink in your points as you wish, whatever you feel I did not cover in this particular section of the skills guide. Okay, so gear, guys, let's go into gear. So I selected, first of all, leather armor, and the #1 mod that I selected to go with our skills, now if you remember from the shadows, actually muffles at 5 of 5, it muffles 50% of the actions that we do. So if you come into advanced muffled connectors, now if you just have muffled connectors, that's fine. I'm at game stage on this 166, so you know, I'm assuming by this point everybody has at least access to most of the new toys, all the good stuff. So advanced muffled connector reduces your noise by 8%, so that is now 58%, because an action, if you're muffling your actions, you're making noise, so that's how I'm reading it. That's 58%. Another 8%, another 8%. You guys get the point. This is going to add with when you have, for all your leather gear, you're going to add, and you have advanced muffled connectors, you will add 40% noise reduction, which in essence will give you, with from the shadows, a 90% noise reduction. Very, very nice. Also remember, this is a light armor, which from here reduces our movement penalty by 75% and our stamina penalty by 50%. Very nice. So now I've come in and I've used a compound bow. You may use a regular bow, you may use a crossbow, whatever you decide, but I'm selecting a rad remover because for 90 seconds you're going to remove the ability for that irradiated zombie to heal. They're not, if you're working on them with this build, they are not going to last 90 seconds. I've worked this on radiated zombie soldiers and they do not last 90 seconds. Arrow rest mod for accuracy and the string mod for speed. If you can get access to the Ranger's Guide to Archery Volume 2, whether you're on a crossbow or you're using a bow, you'll be able to get exploding arrows or crossbow bolts, which will help you on Horde Night. Now for the knife, I added a serrated blade mod. Now it's going to give you 10% chance to cause a bleeding wound on a regular attack. I tried it on the spear. I didn't really like it because it's only a 10% chance. And, you know, on the blade, it just increased chances and it adds 400% sneak damage. Pretty nice. I'm also doing an ergonomic grip to decrease melee stamina use by 10%. And increase my weapon handling of bows, which I have it on my bow, by 10%. And then the rad remover, once again, like I said, if you're working on them with this build, guys, they are not going to last 90 seconds. Now for the spear, because of how we're using it, we're using a weighted head mod. Now this is going to add a chance to stun and slow the victims, and the reason I really wanted to use this is because that is how we are using this spear. We're attacking them from range if they're far away in sneak with the bow, hitting them, causing them to chase, whether it's 1, 2, or whatever. We are applying with a heavy attack 5 bleeds with deep cuts, and then we're pulling our spear and we're poking them to keep them away. Rad remover, ergonomic grip, put whatever you want here. The weighted mod, works with the build. And with the knife, if you don't like the serrated blade, you don't feel like 10% chance that this is overkill, which it just might well be. Put whatever you want here. It's absolutely fine. Now, we did not spec into rifles at all, but it does work with hidden strike and from the shadows. While you're in sneak, you're going to do increased damage. So I went with rad remover, an 8x scope, bipod mod, which increases accuracy and handling, and a barrel extender, which is just going to increase damage and range and aimed accuracy. It makes it unwieldy to fire from the hip, but nobody fires a sniper rifle from the hip. I'm just saying, okay? All right, that is the gear. Now let's go into the testing phase. Okay, so we got this guy right here. So this is the bleed, okay? He's kind of tanky. So you're gonna get up. Immediately heavy attack. He doesn't want any of it. See how he stumbles back? And he's dead. Okay guys, so let's test it out. So let's do a zombie Arlene. 6x bonus damage, and she is down. No head. That's pretty beast. Okay, so let's try an irradiated. Irradiated Joe. Now he's not going to go down. These guys are tanky, so this is perfect. So now you're going to pull your knife out. You're going to stick them. You're going to keep them back. Done. So if we pull out Radiated Joe again, sneak damage is 4x. If you can sneak up to an enemy with your knife in a building, you're gonna and hit him with a heavy attack, you're gonna do an 8x sneak attack bonus. If you use your bow, you're gonna do 6. So here we go, guys. We got Big Mama right here. Dead. And once again, we are still at game stage 164. So, I mean, yeah. Up close and personal. Dead. Alright guys, that is going to be the end of the guide. If you found it useful, don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Also, if this is your first time on the channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button because I have tons of guides for games like this and all other kind of games, so don't miss out. Anyways, I am Granddaddy Gamer, and if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, or anything about this build that you are unsure of or you would like to see in the future, leave a comment down below. But anyways, I will see you guys in the next.